Hey guys, it's Carson Miller Tech here, back with another video, and if you have been a subscriber on this channel for a while, you may know that about a year ago in 2018, I made a review about a longboard by the company Liftboard, and that longboard is a phenomenal board. I've used it day in and day out, not daily, but I have used it a ton since I bought it back then, and even to this day, I would still recommend that board. However, I have decided recently to get myself an upgrade from that board in order to further my transportation needs when I go to college. I'm going to be going to college in about a month from now, or even less depending on when this video gets put out. I'm currently editing this at college. I'm in my dorm room right now, so... When doing so, I have planned that I will get around on campus a little bit easier by getting myself another motorized skateboard or longboard. And in my decision-making process, I decided to go with the Boosted Mini X, and my reasoning for specifically getting this one will be explained later in the video, but as for right now, I'm going to get into an unboxing, then I'm going to give you just a little bit of riding around on this, and then after that I'll get into some reasons of why I chose this, and then also my opinion about the board in general. So if you're here for the review, that will be later in the video, but here in the beginning, let's get right to the unboxing. So on the front you can see the picture of the board itself. On the back you get a lot of specs here, but a couple things to highlight is that it has a top speed of 20 miles an hour and its power maxes out at 1,000 watts. The sides are just blank, so let's get to popping this open. It may be a little bit difficult considering it is very humid outside right now, so I'm gonna try my best at getting this open. Okay, so now that I got the case off, let's get this open. There we go. So here is the board itself. It is a total of, I believe, 25 inches long. So it is not a long board whatsoever, but it is a very, very well built skateboard. And so if you are looking for a longboard, Boosted, of course, they do have their electric longboard series that they are famously known for, and that's what they started their company with. But I chose mostly the skateboard because of the portability. So it is, of course, a lot smaller than a typical longboard, but it still yields all the power of Boosted's other lines. So because this is the Mini X and it is the performance model, it does have the gray wheels here rather than the classic orange wheels. So there's that. Here in the accessory box, you will find the directions and probably safety protocol of everything. Talks about getting to ride in there. The remote. It also comes with some tools here to go and fix your board or change out trucks, change out wheels, different things like that, whatever you may need to do. Under all that is the charging brick, which is very large. Was not expecting it to be that big. Charging cord, and then in here a USB micro B cable to charge the remote. I'm still surprised that they have not changed their remotes to charging with USB-C at this point, but whatever, they chose to go with micro Bs. Also in here is the remote strap. And then finally in the box you will get some Boosted decals. So these are great for the people who are sticker lovers and just want to put some stickers of their Boosted board, maybe even on other longboards or maybe laptops, different things like that. Whatever your heart desires. So now that I have taken a look in there, I'm going to sit this all aside and get to powering on the board. So when powering on your board for the very first time, you're going to want to make sure you first off take off all the plastic protectors on the bottom of your board. To power this on, it is incredibly simple. All you got to do is press the orange button until the green light comes on, release, and you are on. And then as far as the remote, you basically do the same thing. You just got to press this button right here, and you are on as well. So you can give it a little test there, but as far as right now, something else that you will want to do before going and riding this board is you're going to want to go and get your Boosted board app, because that allows you to track all your miles, know your battery percentage, and just be able to do a lot of different things with on the app. So go and get yourself the Boosted Board app, link it with your board. It's a very simple process, and then you should be all set to go on your first ride. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna skip over that in the video, and you will just see me now on the board itself.
Hey, leave me alone. Safety is important.
Riding this thing is quite insane. First of all, the acceleration and deceleration is just absurd how much faster it is compared to the lift board that I had. It took me about, I'd say 10-15 miles to actually get confident in being up at that speed of acceleration. So for someone who hasn't ridden an electric skateboard or longboard before, getting on this thing the first time, I can't even imagine. Like, I almost don't want my friends being able to ride this because it is so fast. It just feels so dangerous. However, there are different modes that are set up within the app, and you can change on the controller itself. I want to just show you how crazy this acceleration is. One of the biggest things that I had to learn how to do was like really bracing yourself for the impact. Like, you have to bend your knees and lean forward, because if you don't, you will fly off this board. Just let me tell you that now. I've done it a couple of times, or it will shoot out from underneath you, so definitely be careful on that. Alright, again, so bracing for the acceleration. You need to do that. So, I'm gonna put this pedal to the metal. Anyways, now that I've shown you that, in general, why would you want this board compared to other boards out there if you are a student or college student, or just somebody in general just looking to buy this board? Why would you choose it over, say, the Boosted longboard? This is why. So starting with number one, first off, the board is incredibly small. In comparison to a typical longboard, the board is a lot easier to store and carry around, and as a college student, you are more than likely able to carry it into any classroom because it doesn't serve as a huge distraction in comparison to a longboard, which is a lot larger, and in the case of the Boosted Mini X, will likely leave a lot more profs okay with you taking it into the classroom. Number two, the range is phenomenal. Like, most boards will claim to have certain ranges and they typically don't get to that, but the Boosted board's battery is solid. Like, they are right on. With the lowest speed mode, you can definitely get up to 14 miles of range. However, that's no fun. Most of the time you want to go and ride around at the top speed mode and expert mode. So at that case, you will be getting usually around 10 miles of range. However, with the fact that it will charge in an hour and 45 minutes fully, you shouldn't have to worry about ever having too low of a battery, because with the average class time of 1 hour, you should be able to fill up more than half of your board in that time if you plug it in at the beginning of class and unplug it at the end. So you shouldn't have to worry about that in getting to your next class or getting back to your dorm, whatever the case may be. Number three, the app is awesome. It is a very clean and easy design where it just gives you the right information, but just not too much. Some apps just try to go over the top and give a ton. Although, if there was one request that I could make, it would definitely be that they should add a speedometer into the app, because I'd like to know how fast I'm going. I mean, it's more of a gimmick, but at least even if you go into a second pane, that you could maybe get to a speedometer. I have a secondary speedometer app right now that I use if I want to see my speed, but it would be great if the Boosted app had that included. Maybe not necessarily on the front page, because that might make it too cluttered, but other than that, the app is great. It gives you a lot of information, but not too much. And also, it just works great with the board. Like, it will connect quite instantly compared to other boards. You might have to go through a Bluetooth pairing process and just crap that you don't want to go through, but this board, a lot easier. Number 4, the acceleration slash torque. And hear me out, at first it may seem like, oh geez, that's quite scary how fast it can go. It is actually a good thing, because when you are at top speed, most of the time you don't realize how fast you're going until you need to stop. So at the point when you need to stop, you want to be able to stop like instantly. Say somebody walks in front of you, you're about to hit something, and you just want to come to a stop or you want to slow down. And in the case of the Boosted Mini X, you do not have to worry about going too much further when you need to stop, because its deceleration is just as insane as the acceleration. So if you ever need to stop, it's a good thing for safety reasons. There have been numerous times where I've encountered this, especially on the lift board, where I need to stop instantly, but the lift board just does not have the braking power that this has at all. And there have been a couple times now that I've been on this, in the just 35 miles that I've rode it, where I have had to come to a quick stop, and this thing has performed great. So that is something that is definitely a plus.
So last but not least, number 5. And as you can see, I'm in a different environment now, and that is because the original number 5 here was, I felt, not worthy of a number 5 spot. So I came up with a new and up-to-date number 5, and that one includes 2 different reasons in it. The first piece being that boosted boards are notoriously known for being extremely durable and well built. So getting this board, you should know that you won't have to worry about your investment just being thrown in the trash and getting a crappy board. This thing should perform really well, and if you ever encounter any errors, you should be able to contact Boosted Support, especially with the warranty that's included with the boards, and they should be able to help you out. And the second part of this number 5 is its ability to climb hills.
Going up hills is no problem.
It can climb up to 20-degree inclines, and from Boosted Board they say, quote, with ease on those 20-degree inclines. So I'm guessing that if you are on an incline greater than 20 degrees, you could still climb it, but without ease. So
yeah, that is the 5 reasons that I believe the Boosted Mini X would be a good choice for you. A couple things, although there are so many good things about it, just one thing to mention that I did encounter with the Boosted Mini X, which might not have been encountered if you have the longboard, is the fact that since the deck does not flex, the vibrations in your feet can get kind of annoying or painful if you're riding for a very long time. But in general, I have not encountered it too badly, and also recently I bought some little rubber pads, which I'll show you installing right now. And basically what that does is it absorbs some of the shock. It doesn't get rid of all the shock. I've been riding in this video with those on, and I have noticed some difference, but it's not like the vibration is completely gone, but it definitely is quite a bit better than it was without that. So you can buy those online. I will be leaving a link down below if you're interested in that too. That works with all the boosted boards, and so there is that. But as far as having a flat deck, I have not really had any other issues other than the vibrations with it. It has been great. So many people say that it not being a longboard, that they have issues with like going around curves or turning. Honestly, I mean, it is exactly the same, if not better, than the lift board longboard. So I don't know what to say to the people that say that they have issues with turning with the Boosted Mini X, but it is, by far for me, it has been great at turns, and I've not even had to go and like jump off the board to turn the board for turns or something like that. It just works great. So if you're worried about that and you've heard in other reviews it's bad, for me, I have not experienced that. And if you do experience that, maybe one thing you could do is loosen your trucks a little bit. Usually that helps. I had to do that with the lift board. I haven't done that with this one. It came perfectly for me, for my weight. So that is pretty much it for what I can say about this board. Other than that, it is up to you. It is your choice of a board. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to let me know by clicking the thumbs up button down below. If you'd like to buy this board or my helmet or these lights that I got on here, really anything. I will be leaving links down below and in the description. So if you'd like to buy any of those, they will be down below. Also, one thing to note right now is that there is a boosted 20% off discount for students. So if you are enrolled in college right now and have a .edu email, you can get that student discount and get this board for $800 compared to $1,000. So anyways, enough rambling. I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you want to see future videos from me, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. If you'd like to watch my last video, that should be up there, and some random video should be down there. But anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Peace.